Hi, Craig Williams here, exercise referral instructor, bringing you week 2 of the RED program, looking to increase incrementally the volume of work that you're doing on the exercises at the moment. So, without further ado, let's start the warm-up. So again, remember, we start off quite light, either seated or standing, wherever your preference is, and we slowly build up our warmth, build up the blood flow through those muscles so that we're primed and ready really for the main activities that we're about to undertake. So we're going to have a little march to the spot. Again, you can start seated or standing, your choice, and the right angle at the elbow to try and encourage that shoulder roll as much as we can. And we're going to add a few upper body movements into our static foot movements, just to allow a little bit of warmth and a greater flow. Okay, so just get ready. Here we go for a change in movement. I'm going to keep the marching going. I'm going to bring in a bicep curl, like so. Again, just as you go along, just checking into your own body changes, whether obviously there's a change in temperature, whether your breathing is starting to get a little bit stressed. Remember, we can use that RPE whenever we want, and it's just down here on the side, so you can just engage thoroughly with this activity. I'm going to put in for a chest press. We're going to push the hands forward, keeping the feet marching, pushing through, mobilizing those elbow joints, the wrist joints, the shoulders. Again, we're driving those elbows back as well to engage those shoulder muscles. Again, you go at your own speed and the preference that you feel comfortable. And we're coming in now, 2 minutes in. I'm going to bring the hands down. I'm going to just extend the leg forward like so. Just heel digs. Again, if you feel like you want to do these standing, you can do. If you're happy to do them seated at the start, then this is a good way of building yourself up so that the second half of the warm-up, then we can stand. So we're just heel digs, just to start off with, extending through. And again, you're going to feel that uncomfortableness maybe in the knees, the clicking, like so. And we go back through those bicep curls and the chest press to get that body fully warm. All right, so bring them up like so, tapping through, and just get a sense of that flow through the body and feel it easier as the warm-up progresses. Fantastic. Going to keep the heel dig going. Going to chest press. So we're doubling up the both arm movements on these movements. Chest press through. Elbows driving back. Fantastic. Again, just checking with the breathing. Checking with how you feel. The speed, is it comfortable for you? If it's not, slow it down a little bit. And we're going to hold the feet still there, hands just come to the side like so. With our right hand, we're going to slide down gently, dropping the one shoulder, lifting the other. Hold them there for a couple of seconds, bring it back in the middle, and then doing exactly the same down the other side. A little bit of mobility. Back in the middle, down the other side. Back in the middle. Opposite side one more time. Back in, back to that march. So we're going to march up with those arms. Again, focus on driving back, open up that shoulder, rolling through. Okay, hope you're well. Hope you're good this today. And I hope you're looking forward to ticking off another session. Whew, and seeing that progression. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, going to bring those hands facing up. Keep the body nice and tall in the spine. Posture is paramount. Going to turn over to the left with the shoulders. Bring it back in the middle and turn over to the right. Bring it back in the middle. Back to that march. Fantastic. So we have 10 seconds and then we're going to kind of change up a little bit. We're going to come into a standing behind the back of a chair. Okay. Okay, so if you wish to do so, you can stay in the chair if you want to, but we're going to bring it up a little bit more. We're going to stand in the back of the chair, nice and tall. Continue with the marching. Again, with that arm on the side, the arm is still driving back, opening at the shoulder. Like so. 2, 1. I'm going to bring the hands aside. We're just going to tap the toes. Opposite side of the chair. Opposite side of the chair. Opposite side of the chair. Fantastic. And with the foot now, we're going to tap behind the body. Behind the body. Again, if you don't need to use the chair, bring your hands away. And again, add a bicep curl to that movement. If you wish to do so, or if you need to just bring your hand on it, you can do. So we're trying to build you up so that you don't need to use the chair. Your balance is starting to get stronger as your strength is improving. There we are. You can change it over with the other arm if you wish to do so. Keeping that body up nice and tall, head up, looking forward from the crown and down the spine. Nice and straight. Here we are. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, you're going to tap to the foot to the side. Tap to the foot to the side of the chairs, like so. Tapping through. Again, if you feel a bit unstable with this one, you keep your hands on the chair. If you feel that this is quite comfortable while standing, again, you might want to swing the arms forward and bring them back in. Swing the arms forward and bring them back in. Okay, the chair is there to give yourself a little bit of support if you need to. So just making it a little bit more stable, a little bit more dynamic. Just be careful you don't clock your arm on the chair. 15 seconds remaining. Bring in a thigh tap. So you can see now we're starting to bring in a little bit more unstable movements. So the thigh tap, again, tap, tap. You can just use one hand with a march, there we are, or like so, or you can bring both hands, just tapping the top, fingertips to the top of the thigh, as you can see. Keeping it nice and warm. Back into those taps to the side. Tapping out to the side again. Check your breathing. Check the RPE scale. Where are you right now? Do you need to slow it down? Do you need to have a rest? If you need any of them, then please take it in your own hands, your own responsibility to bring that rest in. Okay, back in. So that march with a thigh tap, last minute. Again, if you can use two, use it both hands. If you need to use the chair, there we are, alternate, there we are. So my hand is encouraging that knee lift, like so. And we'll go back in, last one, tapping the foot behind, opening at the hip. Again, I'm going to use these arms if I want to, just driving back the elbows. Driving back the elbows. Remember, if this is a little bit too unstable for you, bring the hands on the chair. for full support. 10 seconds remaining, ladies and gents. Keep that body nice and tall. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. Okay, nice. Okay. So grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a little bit of a rest and a breather, and we'll get started with round 1 of our workout. So round 1 of our workout, we have our marching on a spot. For our stamina, we have sit stands for strength for our legs. We have front arm raises for shoulder mobility. We have side leg lifts for hip strength. We have upright rows again for looking at shoulder mobility and back strength. And again, we're looking at our stamina, last one with march on a spot. So we start with march on a spot. This is 2 minutes this time. All right, again, you can do it standing or seated, but progressively we would like to get you to standing. So stand in the chair, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's get ourselves marching on a spot. Again, you can start with your hands on the chair if you wish to do so, or you can bring those hands into that position, like so. So nice marching, nice and tall in the body. Again, you can keep your toes on the floor if you wish to do so, or you can lightly lift the feet up about 1 inch off the floor, depending on your ability, your stamina, and what feels comfortable for you. Make sure those arms are at a right angle so that you can maximize the range of movement and the mobility improvements that you'll get from doing this in the shoulder. Okay, so 10 seconds and that'll be 1 minute done. How are you feeling? Again, check in on the RPE scale where you are. And if you're feeling, obviously this is quite easy, it's quite comfortable, then maybe you want to bring the feet a little bit higher. You want to get arms working a little bit quicker. Things that you can dial in and change if you need to. So, like we said, this is a stamina-based exercise, trying to build your strength in your cardiovascular system so that we can, again, stress it and build it a little bit more as we go through the program. Okay, 30 seconds remaining. Nice and tall. Should be feeling a little bit warmer. Whew. This is good. Almost there. Feeling good. Feeling good. And stop it there. Okay. So let's get to our next exercise. So the next exercise is sit to stand. We've got 8 repetitions. Again, remember you can either do it behind the back of the chair, you can do it in the chair, which is what I am suggesting, so that it can develop the greater range of movements in the muscles. So we have 8 repetitions, which is an increase of 2 from the last week. So when we're ready, slide those feet just behind the knees, hands on the thighs, sit at the end of the chair, and we come and lift. There we are. So 8, really strong, sit to stands. Here's 4 for me. 5. Again, have a breathe if you need to. 6. And there's my last one. Numero 8. Okay, sit back down, have a little breather. Grab some water if you need to. Come to our next exercise. Is our front arm raises. Again, hands to the side. There's no weight needed for this activity because we're just trying to improve the mobility. So go into 8 repetitions, bring it up to shoulder height and back down. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and relax there. Okay, so we're going to bring in now our next exercise, which is going to be our upright rows. And this allows us to stay seated for 2 exercises in a row. So bring your hands just between your legs, all right? And all you're going to do is bring those elbows up to the sky, all right? So, there we go. So let's go. 1, 2, 3. And remember, you only go to your your weakest arm. 7, 1 more, 8, fab. Okay, so let's move it on to the next exercise. Okay, so our next exercise is side leg raises. All right, so we stand behind the back of the chair, leg rolls out like so, and we perform 8 on each side to build up the strength in the hip. So nice and tall in the body. Again, you can do this seated if you wish to do so, but the progression will be going to stand. So nice, stood behind the chair, 8 repetitions on the one side. Great. Only go to where you feel comfortable. My body still nice and tall in the center. It's not leaning over one side. 8. And then my opposite side. Come. Okay. Excellent, good stuff. Okay, let's get ourselves ready for the next exercise now is our marching. So our 2 minutes starts again. Again, get that arm in. Remember to check your breathing. If you need that little bit more longer rest, please do so. So we're going to build up our stamina by doing this type of activity. And through the progressional sessions, we will add more time on. Okay, again, if you would like to bring your other hand away from the chair, you can do. Just be careful and be comfortable with how stable you are. Alright, so keeping that body up nice and tall, chest up nice and high. Again, you can keep your toe on the floor if you wish to do so and lift your heel. But as long as we're focusing on that arm swing, that's what we want. Okay, 1 minute remaining. Remember to check in on your RPE score. Where are you to? Do you need to slow it down? Do you need to have a little rest? Or do you think that you can go a little bit quicker? So we're just monitoring your own level of intensity. Almost there, ladies and gents. So you should be feeling a lot warmer than what you did when you started. A lot more mobile and a lot more alert as well. It's the beauty of exercise, it brings you a lot of positive effects. Almost there. Keep that marching, swinging the arm. Okay. Have a little rest, have a drink. We'll have 2 minutes and obviously we'll start round 2. So with that 2 minute rest, again, grab yourself a dessert drink. Listen to how your body feels. Again, if you feel that obviously those couple of exercises were too strenuous for yourself, try and reduce the intensity, whether obviously you bring it back into a chair or you slow the activity down. So this is necessary to make sure that, that you don't get any injuries as you further follow the program. So when we go into our next round, again, look to where obviously that you can increase the intensity, whether you do bring it to a stand, whether obviously you bring the speed a little bit up, so that you can dial into what suits and works for you. Okay? Okay, so we're coming into round 2 now. Back to our first exercise, which was marching for 2 minutes. Okay, remember, you need to do a seated or standing, holding the chair or without the chair. The choice is yours, alright? Just listening and dial into your breathing. So, when you're ready, let's go. So again, you're going to keep those toes on the floor, you're lifting up the heels, keeping that body nice and tall. Elbow, right angle, opening up that shoulder. Really, really good way of increasing that mobility doing a specific exercise. Again, if you feel a little bit comfortable, bring that foot off the floor so it's a little bit more unstable. You go 1 foot on the floor every one time. Swing of the arms. Okay. Nice and warm, shoulders back. And just listen in to how everything feels. Does everything feel okay? Does it feel a little bit achy, a little bit tired? If so, just, again, park that thought, and we'll come to that in a bit. Again, check your RPE. How are you feeling? Where are you right now on that scale? If you're about a 3 or 4 and that's fine for you, okay. If you want to dial it up a little bit more to 4 to 5, so you can get a bit warmer, again, change the speed. Bring those arms bigger in the movement. Lift the foot off the floor or raise the knee higher. Just be careful, you need that chair. Chair is there. Almost there, almost there. Bring it in with both hands. Three, 2, 1, okay. Okay, so, next exercise. Okay, so our next exercise is back to a sit to stands, 8 repetitions. Remember to draw those feet behind the knees, sit at the end of the chair, and hands on the thighs for a greater leverage going forward. So 8 repetitions. When you're ready, let's go. Nice and tall, stand it up as high as you can. Just be careful when you can land it back on the chair. 2. Here we are. Like we said before, the leg exercises are the ones which predominantly get you breathless the quickest. So this is where we need to just be aware of that fatigue building up. And number 8, fantastic. We're going to stay seated. We're going to bring those hands aside for our next exercise, which is the front arm raise. Alright, and when you're ready, bring those arms up to shoulder height. Front arm raise. Fantastic, 8, done. Okay, going to bring those hands in the middle for our next exercise, which is the upright row. Again, elbows high, hands low, and you only go as high as your weakest arm. Don't put too much stress for the weaker arm to kind of mirror the right arm or the stronger arm. So when you're ready, off you go. Elbows high, hands low. Here we are, full extension through. Okay, nice, easily done. So for the next exercise, we're coming on to our side leg lifts. Okay, so we're there, and our leg comes out to the side. So 8 on each side. When you're ready, go. Keeping yourself nice and tall through the body. Try not to lean too far over. That's just saying that you're trying to lift your leg a little bit too high. Again, it doesn't have to be too high. You're just going to make sure that it's maintained straight in the middle. So I'm going to do a little bit lower this time. Try and maintain that straightness through the body. Fantastic. So final exercise, back to our march, 2 minutes for our last stamina exercise. So when you're ready, off you go. Again, don't forget that arm can start off nice and steady with the toes on the floor, lifting at the heels, rolling through that shoulder. Keeping that head and chest up. So we're looking at that posture. If you want to bring both arms in as well, there we are. So that's asking for a little bit more effort. Marching through. Again, now we're going to feel a little bit tired now and a little bit of warmth come through. Okay, so 1 minute down. Again, check your RPE. Where are you to? How are you feeling? How intense is this? Again, if you're feeling quite comfortable, last exercise, why don't you go for a little bit quicker and get your breath a little bit more stressed. If it's already stressed, you might want to slow it down a little bit, or you want to just see where you get to at the end of the 2 minutes. We have 40 seconds remaining. Again, keeping that right angle at the arm, the elbow, for maximum swing or range of movement in the shoulder. Almost there. Okay. Okay, have a well-deserved rest, ladies and gents. Have a sit down, grab a drink, and we'll go into our cool down. Good workout. 2 circuits done, and we're slowly building up now our volume of work to allow us to build that stamina and strength up. So let's cool ourselves down now. Let's get some stretch and flexibility and some mobility working so we can maximize the warmth that we've got in our joints and in our muscles. So a little march to start off with on the chair, toes on the floor, lifting up the heels, just pumping that blood through the calves to start off with. Again, you can do a roll with the shoulders at the same time if you feel that your coordinative skills are okay. Fantastic. Lovely. And I'm going to do a heel dig forward, just extending the leg forward. Just allowing the blood to still flow down to the feet. Keeping that body up. I'm going to bring that right foot to a standstill, and what we're going to do, we're going to draw that toe towards the shin, both hands on the bent leg, and make sure that you're sat at the end of the chair. If you're sat at the back of the chair, it's just not going to be very effective for you. So we want to maximize the stretch that we can get from this current moment where we're warm. So sit at the end of the chair, tilt your body forward gently, use the bent leg as a supportive surface to push against, and pull that toe up towards the shin. And back again, tap in of the heels. I'm going to bring the bicep in because we don't want the body to go cold while we're focusing on the lower body. I'm going to bring that left foot out, we're going to pull the toe up towards the shin. Again, both hands on the bent leg, sat at the front of the chair, tilting the body forward. Again, listen into that stretch, listen into how it feels. If it feels painful, then you're stretching a bit too far. Draw it back a little bit so you find something that's just above comfortable. And you can build on that nice and gradually. Okay, back to a march with the swing of the arms. Again, focusing on that shoulder, rolling that shoulder, encouraging that mobility. And I'm going to bring out that right leg and relax that foot. Relax that foot so the toe is actually literally pointing away from me. Both hands on the bent leg again. I'm going to tilt forward. I'm sat in the front of the chair and I'm feeling now the back of the thigh for that stretch. It isn't going to be as acute as the first one on the calf, but this second one, you will slowly feel it as you get better with flexibility. And we're going to change legs. So we're going to relax that toe away. Again, use both hands, leaning forward, keeping the chest up. I'm not dropping my head down, and keep my chest up. And again, back to that march. Okay, going to keep the feet still here. We're going to reach up with the arms. Reaching up with the arms, and then with that right arm, we're going to bring it over the top. Again, use your opposite hand to support it over. You just go as far as you feel comfortable. Hold it there for about 15 to 30 seconds. Relax it down, reaching up again. That shoulder flexibility. And the left arm is drawn over the top of the same shoulder. Again, encouraged up with the other hand. And relax. Hands on your thighs. Roll back the shoulders. Lots of care and attention to this area. Bring that arm across your body. Find the elbow 2 inches up and just ease it into the chest. Relax, going to change. Cross the body, 2 fingers on the elbow and 2 inches above. Ease it into the chest. Remember, we're doing about 15 to 30 seconds on the hold. 15 seconds to start off with, and as you build up, you can gradually go for longer if you wish to do so. And relax. Again, roll the shoulders. You can use your elbows to accentuate that circle or the range of movement. Rotating backwards and rolling forwards. Fantastic. And bring those hands to the base of the chair. Push the chest forward. Close those shoulders. Relax. Bring both palms across. Going to push them forward and tuck the chin down the chest. Relax. I'm going to push the hands up to the ceiling. Stretch up the torso. Relax. And finally, just a little bit of adapted Tai Chi. Just going to allow the hands to float inwards and just softly fall down the sides. Just focusing on that breath. Coming aware of the calmness within your body. Thank you very much for joining me today for week 2 of the RED program. Hope you can obviously join us again for the 3rd week and progress then onwards to the end of the course.